complete to me.
Hello and welcome to Reviews with Carlito. And what do we have for you today? We've got a battery checker. But Carlos, why are you reviewing a crummy little battery checker? Isn't this the same thing as this, just a lot more expensive? And the answer is not quite. So, this battery checker, why is it different than this? It's actually used to check batteries, as the name would indicate. And as you can see, the display is a little bit more clever than the old battery checker, which is this. But that's not all. So the cool thing about this battery checker is that it can not only see the current value that your cells are at, but it can also see the value of the cells decreasing when they're being used. So this is actually a device that you should place on your quad if you want to check the current capacity and status of your battery while you're flying. It has a beeper inside, as you might have heard from when I was putting the battery on, that alerts you once the battery is reaching the terminal status, is getting depleted. And all of those values can be changed by accessing a menu, which is done by pressing the top button. Goes to menu, to menu, and to the battery type. Okay, and you can use the bottom button to select what battery you're using. For this case, it is a HV LiPo. So if we click HV LiPo, you'd get the correspondent capacities for this battery. But you can still use it even if the battery is incorrect. It just won't tell you the correct alarms for the voltage that you want. So once you press menu again, you can also select the low voltage alarm. So again, this is a battery checker that, due to the size, you can just like duct tape or velcro this under your quad while you're flying, and I'll show you that in just a second. So various voltage, it's fine, 3.5, you can go higher or lower. Over voltage alarm, same thing, so 44.3, you can go off or you can go to different values. Voltage unbalanced alarm, again, this will indicate if one of the cells is way more charged than all the other ones, or if several cells are way more charged or uncharged than the other ones. And you can program that as well. Location searching alarm. So this is where the value of this tiny little item starts kicking in. If you set this to on, when you're flying, if you're throttling up and then you land it or you crash somewhere and the throttle ceases to work, after 1 minute this device will start beeping until you find it and remove it from the battery. But so it acts as a sort of buzzer, because it will start beeping as soon as the voltage is getting to a low voltage. And also you can use it as a location device. So as long as it's stuck to the battery, and again you can just like velcro it or something that will not allow this to move, and even if the battery gets ejected, as long as the balance port is still connected, you'll be fine. and eventually after a minute, when the throttle drops and basically the battery is not getting consumed, that's how I guess it detects it, you will start let's go back. It will start beeping as long as the location alarm is set. Nope. Where's the... Okay, 1 minute reminder. I don't know if I would use this ever. Basically, it would just beep every minute that's passing. Maybe you really like beeps on your quad and you want to set it on. And silence operating is if you want to not have it beep every single time that you're operating it. Or you can put it on and it will beep every... or sorry, actually, if the silence is on, obviously it will not beep. That's what I meant, yes, exactly. Rotation setting, you can flip it around, and contrast, you can change the contrast if you like. And then the language, and that's all. Or is it? No, it's not, because there is a couple more screens. So if you press on the lower button here, you're gonna go to a screen that shows you all the current cells, and you can also see the alarms that are activated, so higher voltage, low voltage, battery level, and that one, which is, what's that one? Or voltage, oh, and the unbalanced alarm. And the last screen, which is the current percentage of the charge of your battery, so similar to something like this, but it also shows you the lowest, the highest cell that you have, and also the lowest and the current capacity of your LiPo. But as I said in the beginning, there's quite a nifty little feature on this device that allows you to know if one of the cells of your battery is not quite good. So rather than me trying to show you here, I'm gonna do a practical tech test, and I'm gonna take one of my batteries, a little bit used, and we're gonna go out and fly to see how good or how bad it is. Let's go! So we're here out in the field, and I'm just gonna plug in the battery into the battery tester, and you can see the first battery is a bit lower than the rest, but let's go fly and see how the battery handles. a look at how the battery performed. And as you can see, the first cell is a bit lower than the rest, but it's by minimum percentage. So it seems that overall this battery is still alright, and you can really see the difference of what was drained from the battery and the distinction between the columns. And we're back. So as you could see, the battery was quite alright at the end of that short little flight, and if one of the cells would have been lower than it should have been, you'd see like a massive decrease in the row of the cell that was damaged, and you would know, okay, so the cell from cell 1, for example, if we connect a good battery, so the first cell is the first cell, the second cell is the second, and then the third is the third. So you know that if the lower one was at its lowest or lower than all the other ones, you know that it would get drained much faster, so there's probably an issue with that cell. Having said that, would I use this as my main battery checker? Maybe, I'm not quite sure yet. I think this is an amazing device for the things that it does. The price is a bit, but is it worth it in order to be able to check if your batteries are good and if you're new at flying quads? More importantly, is it worth it as a location device for when you lose your quad somewhere? I think yes, at least for me. I'll be sure to use this more and more, especially when I think one of my batteries is getting deteriorated and I can really pinpoint what shell is causing the issues. And that's all the time we have for today. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. I have a question for you guys. Would you like me to do more reviews, or would you like me to do more flying? You should have a little icon here on top asking you that exact question. So it's a poll, just fill it in. Let me know what you guys think. At the end of the day, you are the audience and I'm making the show for you. And as always, if you're not subscribed yet, why not subscribe? And on this side of the screen you have more videos that you can keep on watching in my channel. And thank you for watching. Bye!